the high-speed briefing on the story of Hawkins, Indiana, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Yeah, we're going to attempt a full chronological deep dive into the first 4 seasons of Stranger Things.
Exactly. From Will Byers' disappearance all the way up to, well, the world basically ending in season 4.
And the goal here is to really synthesize it, not just list what happened, but show how the stakes just kept escalating in these really specific, intelligent ways.
We've got a whole breakdown here, the plots, the creatures, the human drama. It's really for anyone who's maybe forgotten how we got from, like, some flickering Christmas lights to actual ash falling from the sky.
It's a wild ride, and to do it right, we have to start where it all began. Hawkins, 1983. A town that thinks it's completely, totally normal.
Which is the perfect place to start. Okay, so season 1, it's all about disorientation, right?
Yeah.
Will Byers just vanished.
He does, but what's so brilliant about it is that his mom, Joyce, she never believes he's just a runaway or that he's dead. She knows, somehow, that he's still there.
Yeah, she's talking to him through the walls.
Through the lights, the infrastructure of her own house. It's not a detective story at first. It's this incredibly personal domestic haunting. It tells you immediately that this other place, it's already tangled up with their reality.
And at the exact same time, Will's friends, Mike, Lucas, and Dustin, they find the other piece of this puzzle.
11.
The girl with the shaved head, no name, and these terrifying powers.
And she is the origin story. She's how we learn about the Hawkins National Lab, about the experiments. I mean, they were trying to turn this child into a weapon.
But they made a mistake.
A huge one. During one of her tests, she accidentally tore a hole between worlds. She opened the gate, and what came through was the first big threat, the Demogorgon.
Which is really just this primal predator. It's like a shark. It hunts, it kills. It's not complicated.
No, it's pure brute force chaos. And the season ends when 11 seemingly sacrifices herself to destroy it, and they rescue Will from the Upside Down. Happy ending, sort of.
Sort of, because that brings us to season 2. And the fallout is, it's immense. The problem wasn't solved, it was just contained.
Exactly, and the threat evolves. The Demogorgon was chaos, but what comes next is, for lack of a better term, strategic evil.
Because Will is back. But he's not okay.
Yeah.
He's having these flashes.
Right, these visions of the Upside Down. And in them, he sees something so much bigger, this massive storm-like entity in the sky.
The shadow monster.
Which we later learn is the Mind Flayer. And this is the critical upgrade. The Mind Flayer isn't just a predator, it's a hive mind intelligence. It doesn't want to just eat you, it wants to control everything.
And it uses Will to do it. It infects him. It uses his trauma as a doorway into our world.
It's weaponizing his history, and it begins this physical invasion, creating these tunnels under Hawkins, spreading like a virus. It's intelligent.
While all this is happening, 11 is on her own journey. She's been hiding with Hopper, but she runs away to find her past.
And she finds Kali, or 8, another girl from the lab. And this is so important because Kali teaches her how to channel her anger, how to turn it from a defense mechanism into a focused weapon.
So she goes from being a scared kid to, well, an operative.
She does, and she comes back just in time for the finale and uses that new focus to close the giant gate under the lab. It's this huge, triumphant moment.
She cuts the Mind Flayer off.
But, and this is the key insight from season 2, the final shot shows us the Mind Flayer is still there, just on the other side, looming over the school in the Upside Down. The gate is closed, but the intelligence is just waiting.
And that waiting period leads us straight into the summer of '85, season 3.
Oh, yeah, Starcourt Mall.
This season pulls such a clever trick. It's all bright colors, summer jobs, teenage drama.
But underneath it all, literally, is a secret Russian base.
So why the Russians? Doesn't that feel like it's, overcomplicating things? You have this cosmic horror, and now suddenly it's a Cold War thriller.
That's a great question. And I think the reason is structural. It gives the story a physical, human reason for the gate to be forced open again. 11 closed the natural one, so you need a brute force way back in.
So it's not the Mind Flayer opening the door this time. It's people.
It's people trying to weaponize the Upside Down. The Russians aren't trying to fight the monster. They want to control the doorway to it. They see it as an asset.
And of course, the Mind Flayer just takes advantage of that immediately.
Instantly. You get the strange power outages, the weird chemical thefts, and then the possessed townspeople. It's back.
And this time it's different. It's more physical. It's not just possessing Will. It's consuming people, like Billy.
Yes. It's building a body. It's taking the biomass from its hosts and creating this horrifying creature made of melted flesh and bone. It's the physical form of the hive mind.
which splits everyone up. You get the Scoops troop, Steve, Robin, Dustin, Erica doing the spy stuff, decoding Russian messages.
While everyone else is fighting the actual, literal monster.
And it all comes together in this massive battle at the mall. The kids are fighting the flesh monster upstairs.
And Hopper and Joyce are deep underground trying to shut down the Russian machine. The key.
Which leads to maybe the most heartbreaking moment yet. Joyce has to turn the keys knowing the machine will explode.
And Hopper is caught in the blast. He's gone.
The gate closes, but the cost is just enormous. And on top of that, the fight completely drains Eleven. Her powers just fizzle out. They're gone.
It feels like a real ending, a tragic one. The Byers family and a powerless Eleven, they move out of Hawkins. It's over.
But it's not.
It's never over.
Right.
Because we get that post-credit scene, the Russian prison.
No, not the American.
Exactly. Hopper is alive. And that single line just blows the whole thing wide open again. The threat isn't gone, it's gone global. The Upside Down is now a known quantity to 2 world superpowers.
Which brings us to season 4. And things get so much darker, more psychological.
The tone shift is immediate. And the villain is the reason why. We are introduced to Vecna.
And he is the final evolution of the threat, isn't he? He's not a hive mind. He's singular. He's personal.
Terrifyingly personal. He doesn't just attack you. He gets inside your head. He finds your deepest guilt, your trauma, and uses it to create these waking nightmares before he kills you.
It's not a battle for a town anymore. It's a battle for your own mind.
It is. And to fight him, Eleven, who's still powerless in California, has to go back into her own mind, into her own past at the lab to get her powers back.
And that's where we get the single biggest reveal of the entire series.
The truth about number 1.
That Vecna isn't some new monster from the Upside Down.
No, he's the original sin of the Hawkins lab. He was Henry Creel, number 1, the first child they experimented on.
And the twist is just devastating. Eleven didn't just meet him in the lab. She fought him.
And she's the one who created him. When she defeated him as a child, she didn't kill him. She blasted him into the Upside Down, and that raw, chaotic dimension twisted him into the monster he is today. Her greatest enemy is her own creation.
Wow. Meanwhile, you've got Hopper fighting a Demogorgon for sport in a Russian prison.
Which confirms the Russians are actively studying and containing these creatures. It's not theoretical anymore.
And back at Hawkins, the rest of the group is trying to fight Vecna on the ground. This is where Max's story becomes so central. He targets her because of her grief over Billy.
And we learn that music, her connection to the real world, to her friends, can be a lifeline, a shield against his mental attacks. It's such a powerful idea.
But the final battle it's brutal. Eddie sacrifices himself in the Upside Down. Max confronts Vecna and she's broken. Horribly injured.
And even though Hopper escapes, even though Eleven fights Vecna in a psychic duel across dimensions, she's too late.
He wins.
He achieves his goal, he kills his final victim, and it opens 4 massive gates that tear through Hawkins.
And the consequence of that is what exactly? What does it mean for the town?
It means the barrier is gone. The Upside Down isn't just a threat anymore, it's actively merging with our world. The sources describe it perfectly. Ash is falling, plants are dying, Hawkins is now ground zero. It's a war zone.
What a journey. I mean, thinking back, we went from one kid missing from his basement to a full-blown interdimensional war consuming an entire town.
It's a story about friendship and loss, yeah, but it's also about this constant, terrifying evolution of what a monster even is.
That's a great point, the escalation.
If you look at the whole arc, that's the real story. They started fighting a creature of pure instinct, the Demogorgon. Then they fought the Mind Flayer, a strategic hive mind.
And now they're fighting Vecna.
A person. A highly intelligent, calculated person who weaponizes trauma and is the source of everything. They've gone from fighting a beast to fighting a concept. Psychological warfare.
Where the enemy uses your own past against you. The battle is internal just as much as it's external.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to think about. They now know who Vecna is and how he was made. But what does it take to defeat a villain who isn't just a monster, but is the living consequence of your own actions? What's the most terrifying shift in this whole story to you? And what emotional weapon do they even have left to fight the person who started it all?